Another beautiful day. Went out there and got a good amount of work done. We'll practice again tomorrow and Monday, and then Tuesday these guys will have it off to vote, which I'm fired up. Majority of them are planning on doing if they haven't done it already. And so headed into now more game prep for Washington State, and these guys were fired up to kind of digest some of that. I thought we got a lot of good work in. Did have the opportunity, each position coach kind of sit down with their players the last couple of days and just talk about where they're at, different roles. None of this is set in stone throughout the season, but obviously we got to get prepping for a game, and there's got to be a little bit of a pecking order. I'm going to assume that we're going to get asked about the quarterback position, and Tristan will start for us, which was well-deserved. He's had a great camp. We do feel confident in the depth we have in that room. But at the end of the day, we feel like he gives us the best chance to score some points in game one. And, and then I know you're going to get the opportunity here to hear from our four captains that we announced a few days ago. These guys just represent us in a great way. Each of them have a great influence on this team, and it was well-deserved on the vote because these players voted for these four captains, and couldn't be more proud for those guys to represent us this year. At that, fire away.
Jonathan, what tipped the scales in Tristan's favor?
Oh, I think just, he's been experienced in this system. Like I've said it so many times, but I thought he took advantage of last year, preparing week in and week out, that he knew he was one snap away, and I think that's paid a huge benefit to him. Continued to improve through camp. He understanding the offense is one thing, but then getting timing with some new receivers and getting more accurate and decision-making, and he was able to move the ball majority of the time. Anytime we put in a scrimmage situation, and we do a decent amount of moving we call it play it during practice, and he was always moving the ball that way.
At this point, do you have any idea who the backup will be?
That's still up for grabs. That's a little bit what we wanted to do to continue to let those guys get more and more reps because, again, Chance and, Ben continued to improve throughout. Those guys both missed a spring ball that would have really benefited them. So we're going to let that play out a little longer.
Have you figured out an starting offensive line yet?
I think that's still a little bit up for grabs. I need to talk to Jim again. We feel like we've got about 7 or 8 guys that can start. And so finding out the best 5 that work the best next to each other. We've got some flexibility at center with the experience of Eldridge and Noose, and even Levin Good could play center. And so that's not set in stone yet.
In regard to Evan Bennett, is Bennett, Gums, and Morris, any of those 3, are they all going to be able to play on the
I don't know for certain on the first game for Gums. Morris, we're hopeful. Evan practiced today, so we're, he's full go now.
During a typical week of practice, you guys usually start on Sunday with game prep. This one you're starting on a Saturday. Any reason why you just wanted to add an extra day to the first game?
Yeah, just getting a little extra time. And so normally, like you said, we start on Sunday. We get really a couple extra days because normal Sunday after a game, we are doing a lot of corrections from the previous and minor focus on the next opponent. So we're gaining 2 extra days.
Hey, Coach, what do you know about Washington State? What sort of team do they have under this new coach? Probably not a lot like the Leach coach team, but under Rolovich, what do you expect?
Well, I expect those guys to be well coached. I mean, he did a great job at Hawaii for multiple years. I know on the defensive side, a defensive coordinator that he didn't, have with him at Hawaii. So we've been watching all kinds of different tape. Hawaii, Wyoming, obviously some of Washington State from last year, personnel-wise. I know they've got some explosive athletes. That offense is going to fit perfectly transitioning in my mind because they are similar in regards to throwing the ball a lot from Leach to what they're going to do in the run and shoot. So we know it's going to be a great challenge. I know everybody in the conference can beat each other, and you got to bring your A game. And I know every player and coach in the conference can be excited to actually play games come Saturday.
Jonathan, in regard to Harrison and Lowe, do you know when they submitted the paperwork for their eligibility?
That's been a back and forth. I mean, that's been months of tasks going back and forth, asking for more documentation. So a specific date, no, I don't know, but we've been in constant conversation with the NCAA throughout the whole time.
And they haven't given you any idea as to whether they'll be able to get something, a resolution this week or not?
We're confident we're going to get a resolution, but yeah, not ready to say it's final yet.
Hey, Coach. Question, more of a big picture question. You were part of a great building of Oregon State way back when, and then recently with Washington. Where is Oregon State in the rebuild process, do you think, right now? You sure have some talent and depth. It looks like better depth. Just in your words, where are you at with this program?
Yeah, I think we're in the middle of continuing to build, which is similar to, I think every year is new, and you're always building a new team in college football. I definitely think we've made some huge strides. We've got some progress. You mentioned it yourself. I agree. We got some good players here that, have bought in and give great effort, and we can win games with. So we're in the middle of it. We're always thinking about building, getting better from practice to weeks to years. But I know I feel good about the trajectory of the program.
In regard to selecting the captains, was it just strictly a player vote? How did that process go for you?
Yep, it was a players vote strictly. Asked them to vote for each guy could vote for 3 guys total, and then we totaled them up. One thing that I liked that we asked if you were voting, just give us a quick reason why you're voting for this person, and it was just impressive to read how many comments of leadership and doing things right and influence on and off the field, a lot of these comments. And it really wasn't strictly just these 4. I mean, we had a bunch of guys get votes, which tells me we've got some leadership on this team beyond just 4 guys.
In regard to Anjay, obviously he was a captain last year and he didn't get to play at all. I'm just wondering what that says about him, that, he went through a whole year where he wasn't able to play, and yet guys still felt like, he should, they wanted him back as a captain.
Yeah, no question. It's impressive, and you can see the guy can lead on and off the field. And he was a leader for us last year, being around, encouraging, coaching the young guys. I think he's someone that these guys look to as someone they want to follow, that represents us. And so it was fun to be able to announce him for the second time. I think majority of the team felt the same way.
Hey, Coach, I know it's sort of a cliche question here, but what do you see as some real keys for your team this year? You got 7 games. You're probably hoping to have a winning record, maybe even challenge in the division. What are some keys to that? Is it staying healthy? Is it depth? It looks like you got decent depth. Is it quarterback play? In your mind, what are 3 or 4 keys?
Yeah, it could go a lot of things. I think I'm always about improvement from game 1 to game 2 and on. We got to be playing our best football at the end of the year if you want to have special seasons. I think that, health is going to be huge in a shortened season and all the uncertainty that comes with that. I think we got to be able to play team football. And so response from one side to the other, offense to defense, because I look at some of our games last year. Yeah, we won in high scoring games. We won in low scoring games. We lost tight in both high scoring and low scoring. And so we got to play great team football, having an answer for one side or the other week in and week out.
Jonathan, and one other thing in regard to Tuesday with the election, I know you guys can't do any team, activities, but do you plan to do anything just as a team in regard to the voting? I mean, I've heard like some teams are going to take a picture just as support and things like that. I don't know if you had anything planned or not.
Right. We have not set in stone what we want to do with that. We want to give these guys the day to be able to accomplish voting, and I'm sure these guys will follow the election pretty closely if we find out that night or not. We do got a drop box right out Gill Coliseum, man. It's not as convenient as it is anywhere to vote for these guys. So, but nothing set in stone on a team event on Tuesday.
First question when you're ready.
Hey, Tristan, when did you find out you were going to be the starter?
In the roll call meeting, they told me that I was going to be the starter, and it was a good feeling.
What did you have the kind of camp that you had hoped to have?
Oh yeah, I think any camp where you're improving every day, and having a good time playing with your closest friends. I mean, I think that it was a good thing for me. Being able to get back into it and working every day to be the best version of myself that I can. And I think that it was a lot of fun for sure.
Tristan, just your journey after, redshirting your first year and then backing up Jake to be named starter, just what were the emotions that went through your mind and just how relieving was it for you while at the same time still having a lot of work yet to be due?
Yeah, I think when I was told, I mean, that's definitely not, the end of the rainbow for me. There's a lot more work to be done. And, that's just, to me, it's a high honor, obviously, to be named the starter for week 1 at a prestigious university like this. But, for me, it was just, another step in the road, just another thing for me to move off of. And, I think that there's gonna be a lot of work to be done to live up to what I think being a starter at Oregon State is supposed to look like. So the work is nowhere near done yet. So
More emotion from winning this job or from getting named starter for the Oregon game last year?
Well, I think that I had a lot more time to process this one. I was told I was going to start at Oregon, like not too long before the first snap. So, obviously anytime that you can get onto the field and enjoy football and playing football with your closest friends, like I said, is a thrill of a lifetime, especially to be doing it at a high level like this. I mean, I got in a couple games last year and, it felt great every time. So.
Tristan, have you gotten a chance to tell your family, call your parents yet with the news, or are we the first people to know?
No, the roll call meetings was yesterday, so I was able to talk to them about it, and they were obviously very excited.
What did you learn about your offense during camp?
I learned that, we could, I think the sky's the limit for us. I think that we got a lot of great players and, we got depth at every position, even, at quarterback, we got a bunch of guys that are really talented in what they do and, operate at a high level, especially, Ben and Chance coming in here on a super, super weird year and being able to, operate a system this good, this high level at the, in the way that they did was really impressive. And, I think that those guys have a great command of the offense too. And so I'm excited for their future here as well.
When you're preparing for Washington State, how much are you watching Washington State tape and how much are you watching Hawaii tape from last year?
So, obviously you got to watch a good combination of it. We're also on the offensive side of the ball, we've been watching a lot of Wyoming tape too, because that's where their defensive coaches came from. But, you have to have an awareness of all of that because you need to know personnel and what they actually have on campus there. And then, style of, the head coach that's there and then the style of the D coordinator. So, I think that the good news for me is I got a great coaching staff behind me and a great offensive coordinator and, assistant coaches that are going to be able to put the right film in front of me. And all I have to do is, be a sponge and absorb it and spend some time with it and work hard at it. And I think that our plan's going to be good and, we're going to have a good chance to go out there and compete. So.
Sounds like you could just wing it.
Yeah, totally. I can go out there and just roll it out. Yeah.
Hey, Tristan, where's the belief factor with this team that you can not only win this first game, but win most of your games and maybe even contend in this division? It's certainly an odd year. You see it in other sports where odd things happen and teams rise up and contend. Where's your belief factor? And then the second part of that is, what are some things as a leader that you're going to share with your teammates to say, hey, we can do this. We can win this thing.
For us, I think that, we know that we have a great coaching staff and we know that we've been putting the work in. There's been guys that have been here we were talking about today. We've been a year out from playing a game and, at the same time, we've had guys when we were allowed to have people on campus and working out, we'd have 90 to 100 guys, lifting, at separate times and, the right way with Coach Mack. But we've been here, we've been working hard and, the beautiful thing about football is, on any given Saturday, anybody can win or lose. So right now we're just focused on this first week against Washington State, and, every game is a stepping stone, and, we do things the right way, and we'll end up where we want to be. So.
Tristan, as you step into a new role at QB1 and as captain, how do you lead your guys in such an uncertain, unprecedented season?
Like I said, the good news is I got 3 guys around me that were also voted captain by our teammates that are amazing. They're amazing guys, and it's not going to be just me shouldering this burden. And, like Coach Smith said, we had about 20 guys all get captain votes. So this team is not short on leadership. This team is hungry. And, as far as I'm concerned, I think that the best way that we're going to be able to lead the team is by serving everybody and making sure that, we care deeply about our jobs, our responsibilities, and then the people around us. And I think we're going to be fine.
Any more questions for Tristan?
Yeah, Tristan, how does Jamar Jefferson look in your eyes? He had obviously sort of an injury-riddled season last year, but you've probably seen tape or seen in person that this guy is really good. What do you see from him?
Jamar is definitely a talented back. There's no doubt about that. The things that he can do with a football in his hands are great. And that's great for, us in the quarterback room. You got a great running back that makes things easier for sure. I know he's been working his tail off. And, the great thing too is that he's not going to be alone back there either. We got some other good running backs too that can help him with some of that workload. But I think that he's been doing an awesome job of, progressing and becoming smarter in the system, getting a feel for all the run game stuff we have, the pass pro stuff we have. And I'm super proud of him. I think he's been doing awesome. So.
Hey, Isaac, Jonathan mentioned last week after the scrimmage about the challenge of creating energy in the stadium. As players, how do you guys generate that without fans?
I think it's just, when big plays happen, just getting excited and hyped for each other. And I think it's just staying locked in and just having fun. I mean, that's what when we, every day I practice, there's no fans out there, but when we're just flying around having fun, people are laughing, they're cheering, it's just competitive. And that's what happens when you just play football and have fun. So I think it just comes naturally for our team. And just when you play the sport of football, it's just energy just happens.
Just curious, how often you hear from your brother and what kind of messages is he passing back to the football team?
I talk to him every week, a few times a week. We don't really talk much about football, just, he just had his son. So talk about the nephew, just talking about the family and just talking about how he's doing up there at Buffalo and, just being brothers,
Isaac, where's the belief factor with this team that Oregon State can win most of their games and win the division? That's a whole new probably paradigm for this program that's been building. Your coach says you're still sort of rebuilding as a program, but you guys probably believe you can win this division, right? I mean, where's the belief factor there?
Yeah, I mean, I think we all believe that. We all believe that we could, we think we could strap on the pads and win every game we play. That's just the confidence that we play with, and we just got to go around, play fast, and the belief factor is there. If I had to put a number on it, it's 10 out of 10.
Hey, Anjay, Jonathan mentioned last week after the scrimmage about the challenge of creating some energy in the stadium. What do you guys do as players to get things going without fans around?
Oh man, we just bring your own energy. Sorry. We rely on guys to get each other hyped up, get some juice going. And, at the end of the day, the fans are great to have and stuff out there. We miss Beaver Nation dearly, but, it's up to us to bring our own juice.
What are you going to do with that turnover chainsaw when you don't have fans to show it to?
shoot, get hyped with each other. You know what I mean? That's what this is all going to be about. You know, these last few months, we've been preaching about, sticking together, banding together, and working hard with each other. And that's kind of the thing that's going to go throughout this season, I think, is just trusting your brothers, loving each other, and then going out and playing for each other. And yeah.
You were a captain last year and obviously didn't get to play. What was that like?
It was hard. It was hard. I'm not gonna lie. But at the end of the day, I'm just blessed to be back. I thank God that I have the opportunity to be back here, be here as a captain. I thank my teammates and stuff because, there was a time where I wasn't even sure what was going to happen. I had doubts with my injury and things like that, but I just thank God that I'm healthy, that I'm here, and I get to ball with my brothers, man, at the end of the day.
To follow up on that, how do you kind of stay positive and keep trying to lead when you can't be out there on the field like you probably wanted to? Last season.
I had the mindset of, basically telling myself that, me getting down isn't going to help anybody. You know what I mean? If you're down on yourself, what good is that going to do you, at the end of the day? And, so I just tried to be as positive as I could. I prayed a lot. I talked to God. I talked to my family. And at the end of the day, I just wanted to be there in any way, shape, or form that I could for my teammates, man, because these are guys that I care, a tremendous amount about. And I just want to be there in every way that I can for them. Lead in whatever way that looks like, whether it be by example, whether it be vocally, spiritually, whatever, man. I just want to be 100% there for my guys. Because like I said, these are all guys that I care, so much about. And I see how hard they work. I see how hard, that they work on and off the field. And so with that being said, like, that just pushes me to be my best self as well. And so that's the thing that I just try to show them, is that, no matter what, I'm a work, I'm gonna be there for them, and lead the best that I can.
At what point were you fully healthy again and kind of comfortable going 100%?
At what point? It was a few months ago, back in the summer. Got cleared and stuff. I had a little setback in spring ball, which kind of held me out a little bit. But like I said, I'm back now. I'm 100%. I'm healthy, and so, like I said, it's just a blessing, man. At the end of the day, this is just a blessing. This season's been a blessing. The opportunity to come out here and work with my brothers, man, that's just the biggest blessing to me. I'm just, like I said, I just got to thank God, thank my family, and thank my teammates for sticking with me through this whole thing, man, because, it's been a long journey for me personally, here at Oregon State. But like I said, man, I just thank the people that have been around me this whole time, to kind of help me get through this thing.
What was it like when the season originally got postponed back in August and you didn't think you were going to have a football season?
It was I was a little shocked, just because, like, I was like, wow, they really canceled football. You know what I mean? That was something that I wasn't really anticipating. But I mean, I just, like I said, I tried to stay positive through the thing. And I kind of had a feeling it was going to happen. But like I said, just the fact that it's, our season is, I guess, reinstated, if you will. It's, like I said, it's just a great opportunity for us.
Hey, Jaydon, what kind of plans do you guys have as players on next Saturday for social justice type messages? I understand you're going to have some sort of a decal on your helmet, and what other things are you planning?
I know I think we're gonna have a damn change. The initiative that we started here as athletes at Oregon State on our helmets. And then I know we're also coming up with a message that we have as a team that kind of talks about our stance on all things social justice, and where we go from there. So I know we're doing a few things, but it's really not about next Saturday. It's about the work that we continue to do in our communities and off the field.
And what has that movement kind of been like since I know during the summer this is obviously all at the forefront of the conversation. What has it been like trying to continue that battle as the months go on? And there's obviously a lot of other things going on with elections and some other stuff.
Well, it's definitely been a very hectic year for everybody when you talk about the coronavirus and then, like I said, all things social justice. So I don't think there's any really few events to pick and choose, but more like an everyday thing, seeing what you can change or seeing who you can influence to create change, and just knowing that it's not something that's going to happen overnight. This is a fight that's been fought since the beginning of this country, and it's not going to change rapidly overnight. It's something that we all got to come together and collaboratively work on every single day, or like I said, just wherever we can create change where we can, and just stay the course.
Jaydon, how good can this defense be? You guys are certainly improved over the last 2 years. Got a lot of talent, got a star on the edge there. A lot more depth, it looks like. How good can this defense be?
We certainly believe in ourselves as a defense, but we're just scratching the surface. We have a long way to go. We have so much that we can improve on, and that's really our goal every single day, is just to show up each day ready to work, try not to make the same mistakes twice, take the coaching points, and just continue to get better every single day.